You dipping your cheddar bunnies in ranch? Is that good? Supposed to dip your carrots. Apparently.
It is a perfect
Mm,
Sunday
mm, mm, mm.
afternoon, and in the Steel City, those are reserved for one thing, football.
The
As our
baby carrot.
coverage of the NFL brings us to
Nature's
Acrisure
candy.
Stadium in Pittsburgh.
Nature's candy. Cheddar bunny. That's not nature.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin on the ground with Garendo. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting
Daddy's gonna
a
eat
yard
this
on the
carrot.
game's first play.
It looks
It's
yummy.
2nd down. Well, this defense for the Jags, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Tastes like nature's candy.
Their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away and give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Operating from the gun, McLean, and that is incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
From the gun on 3rd down, McLean. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good
You
news,
eat it. That's
they got a
yours.
whole
I'll
game
try
to
it if
clean
you
that
really
up
want
and
me
start
to, but that's
clicking on those
yours.
key 3rd down throws.
That was a teeny bit, though.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Lawrence will throw.
On him.
That's complete.
There's more him.
And
I'll
they get
take
him
it.
down, but not before he takes it
I got
across
it.
the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Here's Austin. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
You do? You got it?
They look to throw that for 1st down. And that is incomplete. The Steelers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you
Crawling like a baby?
hard to make those up on the road.
Crawling like a baby.
9 yards, not quite enough.
What you got, baby girl?
Now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Back to throw. McLean eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Why are you crawling, baby? You know you can walk. Like a
It's
baby.
taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
Oh,
and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
You want your flashcards? Hold on, let Daddy get them.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
Why is it feels like everybody's running so slow?
That could put your team in some jeopardy.
It looks like a
Concrete feet.
20-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
My dumbass.
It's Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage.
Noni has the right idea.
This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up
You
the
think
first
she
down.
can't see you.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. You look at this Steeler defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put
Motherfucker bouncing like a bouncing ball, goddamn.
Move into the top 5.
And ETN going to have a Jags first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now Lawrence to throw. Thomas.
I mean, that's my best damn corner. We can't cover a fucking post.
Right around the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Jesus Christ, brother.
And pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 7 that time, second goal.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on
What color is that?
like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch.
You getting the flash card?
Holding him for a short gain.
ETN will get down close to the goal line, but not
man,
in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
I mean, don't throw your flashcards all over the place. You poop or you got farts? Because I smell something.
We're scoreless after 1.
Are you pushing?
Jags with a football to begin the second
No, I
quarter,
think she's pushing.
as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Evie, come here and let Daddy see your diaper. I think you pooped.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line?
And he's
And that one covered beautifully.
Come here.
The defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This defense
Go
not
for it,
budging.
but
Back-to-back
I
carries
want
of
to
just 2
see
yards.
I like the idea to mix it up
Let me
from
see your
time to
diaper.
time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable.
You
But
pooped.
the
So
execution
you poke
was
it
a
out.
little lacking
Yep.
on this one, right? They might want to go back to the
Alright,
drawing
hold on.
board
Give
with
me a
that call.
second, honey. Yep.
Patterson's kick is good.
Stand up.
So 3 points on the board. It's as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive.
He knows what she's
How do you
doing.
look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And he will make it to the
Alright,
20-yard
that is
line
fine.
and no further. And hold on.
Come on, let's go change your diaper.
That last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McLean. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Guerrero on first down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second and 3. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. McLean. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you got a big decision.
That boy ain't got no speed. That's my blocking tight end. Goddamn.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal. And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you? No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's Lawrence. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. They go play action with Lawrence. Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away. 2nd and 10. Lawrence now off the bootleg. He'll drop that underneath to ETN, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
Good punt.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second and a couple. Another try for Guerrero. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw
Motherfucker.
is incomplete.
I would say
Come on,
it
bro.
might be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McLean. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Guerrero. Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Back to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. McLean. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. McLean. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Wilson. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Play action. It's Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
there, a first down.
2nd and short. That's
can I have anybody not hurt?
Time to go play action if you're feeling it, and they do so and pick up a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. Over the middle, it's Thomas. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Rashad Bateman from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mabry, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Operating from the gun, McLean. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And in the second half of a tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, McLean. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Lawrence will throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Operating from the gun, McLean.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Looking to throw, McLean. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on fourth and goal. They'll go with a keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes it a 17-10 score. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best
breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now Lawrence. A slant route caught by Bateman.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news,
I mean, come on, man.
4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, McLean. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Jesus Christ, brother. How many injuries am I going to get this game?
That was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
They'll run on 1st down. Mabry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 11. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
Brother, how do you fuck up each shooting fucking still?
Couldn't haul it in, incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
Well, fuck.
Jaguars. Rashad Bateman. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3. Back to throw. McLean to the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Tyson
God damn it.
Campbell, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, what fucking happened? Where the fuck was that throw? That's what fucking happened.
Charles, when they were in nickel with 5
Fucking
defensive
idiots.
on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field.
That might have just fucking done it.
Understand what the passing game can do and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go play action now. Lawrence. And Thomas has it. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
11. Now Lawrence to throw.
This fucking game, dude, all from a shitty-ass pick. Fucking whack throw.
Musgrave, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure.
Brother, what the fuck?
Intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Fucking 85-year-old quarterback that can't fucking throw the ball.
It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now,
holy shit.
That are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A give to ETN running, and it's a fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side.
I mean, can I get anything? Can I get something? Can I get anything? Bro, how we force a fumble and give him 7 yards? Like, what are we? What are we doing?
The next guy comes through and picks him up
and avoids the turnover. ETN up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. That is caught, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Once more, ETN. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Go. 13, Luke. Red.
Here's Lawrence. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And how about the coverage here in the end zone? That's how you frustrate a quarterback. You get pressure on, and you take away all of his receivers, and he's got to throw it away on 3rd and goal.
Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just... and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, Why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. On the counter, ETN. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Now 2nd and 5.
Hey, easy. Route. Silver.
Another tote for ETN. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Lisa 24.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll run with ETN. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Jags are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
On red.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second.
Yeah. Oh, I was playing Madden.
As they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.